The movement in this trailer is fast. Like, the movement is good. It looks like Valorant movement. It looks faster than Valorant movement. And I think that's a really good thing. Like, the best part of Apex is the movement. The best part of, Apex, the best part of, like, Battlefield is the destruction. And there's, like, destruction mechanics in this game and everything. Like, there's some cool stuff that they're trying in this game. Now, the problem for this game is generic-ass shit like Gen Z man over here. Valorant movement is ass? Well, I would say that Valorant movement is very different than a lot of the game's movement. I don't think Valorant movement is ass when you have characters that can, like, run on walls and stuff. There's, like, 2 Valorant characters with okay movement. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I play this character. So Valorant can have decent movement. It depends on the character you play. But that's the problem with hero shooters in general. And that is the problem with hero shooters. Are you talking about movement or walking speed? Both. In my opinion, both. Because, like, Apex has really good movement, not because of walking speed. It has really good movement because of the boosters that you can shoot you up in the air, running on walls, climbing on ceilings, grapple hooks. All that shit makes the movement in that game so much more cooler, so much more nuanced, so much more awesome. Same thing with Arc Raiders, by the way. Arc Raiders being able to roll, being able to vault, being able to do this, that, whatever. Those are really cool things. The movement in that game is actually really fun for that reason. When you say generic, do you mean NPC level looks? Yes. The looks for the NPCs in this game was the biggest problem. Mr. Gen Z hair over here was literally the worst character to make as the chief character in your game. They would have been better off making any other character the face of the game. Any other character. 7 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, exactly. So about 6-7 hours from now, European Bob. And by the way, if you enjoy the vibes, drop a follow, my friend. Welcome to Great Crew. We will be playing Highguard here. And also, I did make a YouTube video about my thoughts and predictions for Highguard and the launch of it. 6, 7. 6, 7. Yeah, there you go. Taylor Lautner? Yeah, exactly. The Taylor Lautner haircut. Exactly. But we do full variety European Bob. So if you enjoy the vibes, like I said, drop a follow, my friend. Check out that video. Sub to YouTube. MF Smokey, how about you, my friend? And Return of Dax, welcome. And let me know what other kind of games I have to play, watch, and enjoy. You think it's going to be fun to play? I hope it is. And Hantora, buddy, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Great Crew. I will tell you the things I like. So, character design of this guy is dog shit. Straight up. Just gone. The cool thing is, this is like some cool, like, base stuff. Like, there's flying airships and stuff. I like that a lot. The other really cool thing about this is, the horses are okay. I'm not the biggest fan of those. We're just watching through the trailer, so I can just give you guys like a little bit of just a quick review of what I like. Whatever this is, we have no idea what this is. Is this a power-up? Is this like a roguelike perk? What is this? I don't know. But it's something that at least differentiates it from Overwatch. And if it's anything that differentiates it from Overwatch, I consider it a W. So this I like. What is it? Don't know. We will find out at the same time. What else do I like? Where did it go? This. Destructibility in the environment. This is one of my favorite parts of Marvel Rivals. Having destructibility in a hero shooter elevates the hero shooter like absolute bananas, and is one of the reasons I put hundreds of hours in Marvel Rivals. If someone is like, keeping the choke point and like, there's no way through, they got like, Punisher on his turret and this and that and all kinds of other shit at the same time. What do? Shoot a hole in the wall. Go around from another side. Amazing nuance added to the game that elevates the game like absolute crazy. I really think it's going to be nothing like Overwatch. I hope you're right. I don't know because we haven't played the game, but I think these are the things that differentiate it, and there's enough things here that differentiate it from Overwatch that it gives me hope. So that's why I don't think it's going to be Concord. People are like, Concord? Concord didn't have movement like this. Like, this is like Apex-style jumping. This is cool. Turning into a beast man, jumping on someone and mauling them to death, Dude, this is like a Warwick ultimate from League of Legends. That's fucking cool. They should have shown way more of this than the Taylor Lautner haircut. That's cool. This thing with the hammer, like, dude, I wanted to see more of He-Man. This guy is basically He-Man. He-Man Masters of the Universe guy. This is literally fucking Dolph Lundgren with a hammer. I wanted to see more of this. What is this shit in the background? Shooting like some volcano from the air or whatever? I wanted to see way more of this. This is cool. More destructibility, by the way. The hero abilities look at least pretty interesting. I like this. Sexy lady. They should have put out Hentai Tentacle Lady way more. There she is. Yeah. This is cool. I like this. What do you think about this? Oh, yeah. You like the sexy tentacle warlock girl. Everyone does. Yeah. Why did they make her one of the main characters in the trailer? This is just, honestly, I think this trailer was just bad. I think the trailer is way worse than the game actually is. I don't know if the game is going to be good, bad, or ugly. But I do know that this trailer was like a 2 out of 10. And I'm pretty sure the game is not going to be a 2 out of 10. Will it be amazing? I don't know. I'll be honest about it. Whenever we watch whenever we play the game and everything like that, I'll give my honest thoughts. I don't think it's going to be this bad, for sure. There's no way. Because this trailer reminded me of Concord. But I feel like the gameplay is going to be way, way better than Concord. Like, what is this sword? Is this like a power-up in the middle of the battle? Is this the end goal? We don't know. But this very much differentiates it from Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or anything else. This is cool. If you can pull out, it looks like there's a sword in the middle of the arena, and whoever gets to the sword first gets like a cool weapon that they can use. Just my guess, but that's what it feels like to me. It feels like an objective on the map that you have to fight over, and when you do, you get something cool out of it. If that's the case, I like it. I think that's really cool. Being able to shoot someone's wall down is really cool. I like that. By the way, this scene right here, this is very Valorant coded to me. Like, this reminds me of Valorant. Throw, throw, throw. Even the way the hand goes and stuff, that reminds me of Valorant so much. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it reminds me. Jet knives. Jet. I forgot the character's name, Jacka. But yeah, it reminds me of Jet. Why? Why do they keep showing fucking Carrot Top hair? This guy is the worst character looking in the game. Straight up, man. I wanted to see more of the Thundercats tank. This is cool. Looks like he used a sword to attack the enemy base. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's a key. If it's something so simple as a key, I'll be disappointed. I feel like if you know what I would love, Jacka? Do you remember John Highguard? Yes. Bro, if that's John Highguard, if that's like the normal Highguard character, I'm gonna be pissed, man. I want way cooler characters than that. Like John Halo is Master Chief. You know? He needs a more zoomer name. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chad Highguard maybe or something. I don't know. fucking Chad. But dude, this reminds me of Thundercats. I don't know what this is, but it looks like there's a person running in it. Tanner Highguard. Oh god, I hate that. And by hate it, I love it. It's too good. Tanner. Tanner is like the most zoomer fucking name ever. Oh fuck. Tanner would say 6'7". Tanner Highguard would definitely say 6'7". Oh god. Holy shit. Big John, you nailed it. I hate it, but you nailed it. Welcome stream, by the way. What kind of games do you like to play, watch, enjoy? This better launch with a 6'7" emo. No. If we get 6'7", only this guy will be able to use it, Jacka. No other character will be able to use the emote. is going to be locked in this character. Honestly, I would kind of respect it if they did that. That means they're in on the joke and they're willing to make fun of themselves. Like, honestly, I would respect that. Hey, team, we only got 6 or 7 minutes to secure the objectives. No, don't do this to me. Oh, God. Holy shit. Big John, by the way, if you enjoyed the vibes, my friend, drop a follow. Welcome to Great Crew. We love to make you friends. I will be playing Highguard in just a handful of hours. And I also did make a full predictions video about Highguard and what no one else, in my opinion, is talking about with Highguard. The very fascinating story of the lead up to Highguard's launch. That's the video that I linked just there. I put it up right before stream tonight. But I do a lot of yapping. I do a lot of discussions. We do a lot of gameplay. And unlike 99% of content creators out there, especially for Highguard, because what we were talking about tonight was how literally 90% of them are fucking paid shills. They're brought out to the event. You know, they had their entire plane ticket paid for, and they're all getting early access content, stuff like that. I talked about how this bullshit, basically, and how you got to just go in with an open mind and really, like, not listen to any of these people. I was just curious if anyone actually interested in this game. I'm interested. I will tell you, I don't like. So what we're talking about here, we're going through the trailer and talking about what we found different and actually nuanced as opposed to like an Overwatch clone. This big tank thing, there's nothing like this in Overwatch. I think that's pretty cool. I do like that there's like this. Now, is this just like you know how like there's the carry the card objective in Overwatch? If this is just a glorified version of that, I'll be very disappointed. I hope we can like actually, do something. And the reason I say that is because here, where the lady is inside, this looks like a player character here. I don't know if it is or not, but this looks like a player character, kind of like running a treadmill to help move the tank or whatever. And if you can actually do something cool with the tank, I think that would be really cool. And if it's not, then it's a missed opportunity. Then it's just going to be like Overwatch, which I don't want. I don't want to play Overwatch 2. If I want to play Overwatch 2, I'm just going to fucking play Overwatch 2. This guy is literally the exact same as a Concord character. This was like another worrying part for me. So I'm just being very open about what worried me and what interested me, Big John. Let's bring up Concord's trailer. Is the Concord trailer still up? I wonder if the Concord's trailer is still available. It should be, right? Not the cinematic reveal. I mean the gameplay. Yeah. Because I feel like there was a character just like this. I could be wrong. And notice how much slower the gameplay in Concord is. The gameplay in Concord was achingly slow. Yeah, the red guy. The red guy is exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a scene in this trailer where it shows the red guy and he moves exactly the same way. With the big jump and big smash and everything. You're like, bro. This was a worrying thing for me. Console-ass game design? Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say that, like, that's one of the big things that I love about Arc Raiders. If you headshot someone twice with a fucking, the big rifle, you actually kill them. The time to kill in that game is pretty good. Considering it's console. Hey, here it is, this guy. Star Child. I forgot their names. When does he do the smash? Oh! There it is. Big smash. And now let's look at this one. Oh! Big smash. And it's literally the exact same time frame as well. That smash was slowed down. It took exactly 2.5 seconds. This smash took the exact same amount of time, bro. That's crazy. I never saw these side by side, by the way. I never saw, like, I covered Concord in great detail. And then I covered this game, obviously, very, very separately. I never saw them side by side. That's crazy. Oh my god, bro. Dude, am I right, Big John? Did anyone see that? Am I like looking too far into it? But I think it's the exact same time frame. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Okay, let's go to Big Smashy Man. Big Smashy Man. Big Smashy Man. Okay. You know what I suspect, Big John? I'll tell you. It is a 1-to-1. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Oh. So here's what I suspect. The reason this trailer is so dog and is so similar to Concord, I bet you the same people who made the trailer for Concord, when they got fired because Concord died, they went to this company. I bet you. I bet you it's either the same marketing team or the same trailer director, or, you know, some of the production designers are the same. I bet you that's what happened. Because a lot of the parts in this trailer have very similar beats and movement as Concord's trailer did. And I think the gameplay for this game, when it's not slowed down for the trailer, looks better than Concord. I don't think it's going to be Concord. I'm just saying that the trailer feels very similar for that reason. Which is absolutely fascinating. I really think they did it to themselves. They kind of made it feel like Concord too. Playing Devil's Advocate, it could be generic shooter as generic trailer. I know. That's not a good thing. Hey, Zalv1, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Koi Crew. What brought you in here, my friend? Hope you're excited. Hope you're having a good time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just giving an open take, an open discussion on my predictions and worries and hopes for Highguard. I think it's another Marvel Rivals. It's going to be super hyped at first. It's going to melt down a niche player base. What do you mean? Niche player base. I don't think Marvel Rivals is a niche player base. I think a lot of people are playing Marvel Rivals right now. I think it's like, if you combine console, which you have to because it's mainly a console game, I think it's like a 400,000 concurrent player base. That's way higher than niche, especially a year out. I think Marvel's Rivals is doing really good, considering, because, like, you know, there will be drop off. Niche as in tiered towards. You mean like, well, okay, I get what you're saying. So it's niche as in like the Overwatch niche is what you mean, like the hero shooter niche. If that's what you mean, I agree with you there for sure. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think when games try to do too much, it's a bad thing. So like, I want all these games to be distinct. Like, I want, you know, us to, it's like one of those things. What's that meme? Woe to cakes. This guy. This is me. This is me with every video game. I want every video game to work and be good, because when they work, then I have more cakes to eat. I have more video games to play. This is all I care about. I am this guy. And I think, like, Marvel's Rivals distinguished itself from Overwatch in a very good way. You know, first of all, it's all the Marvel characters. All the Marvel characters feel like the Marvel characters. Wolverine feels like Wolverine. I'm a Captain America main. Captain America fucking feels like Captain America. It's fucking awesome. So on and so forth. Like, every character who is a character in that game is very distinct and feels like the character. Also, Marvel Rivals has really, really good destructibility mechanics, which I absolutely love. So there's a lot of really good things about Marvel Rivals compared to Overwatch. And they're very distinct. Now, a lot of people like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals at the same time. And I think it's because they're distinct. If you're able to be distinct, you can make a game like that work. And that's my hope for Highguard. I think there's enough here that distinguishes it from Overwatch, from Marvel Rivals, from Arc Raiders. This is 1/10 of the trailer. It's cooked. Which one? Concord? Concord was cooked. Yeah, Concord was so bad, it gave me an existential crisis in gaming. Like, I literally broke down. It was so bad. Because that game costed $400 million. This game feels a lot better than Concord. This game feels a lot better. But the trailer felt very generic. The trailer felt very, very generic. Because that's what I value. I don't really go into a game wanting to hate it. I want the game to be good. But like, I really do think in the trailer they should have focused on way more cool shit like this and like the tank and everything. Instead of Tanner Highguard with the fucking zoomer hair. Like, they should have shown more of this open world stuff here. And it's not open world, but it's like a semi-open world where you're like, you know, shooting these guys on horseback and stuff. Like, this was pretty cool. There's nothing in Overwatch like this. There's nothing in Arc Raiders like this. There's nothing in Marvel Rivals like this. This is pretty cool. Now, is it just a short thing that's like an intro to the fight? We don't know. But I wish they had shown more of this in the trailer, because this is something that actually differentiates it from other games. And I really wish the trailer had done a better job. Loosely Paladins? Oh no, Penguin. I've played Paladins, so yes, I know exactly what you're saying. And you know, the problem was though, Big John, Paladins was an abject failure. So I hope this does way better than Paladins. Like, Paladins was one of those games that was a little fun for a little bit, but it was ultimately a complete failure. And I don't want this game to be that. I don't want any game to be that. So that's the thing. Rough time to be releasing now with how popular Arc is. I think you're incorrect, and I'll tell you why. We're actually at a point where Arc Raiders is starting to get screwed over by the level of cheating. So like, it's not really a bad downward trend. I'm not saying Arc Raiders is dying by any means. I played literally fucking 500 hours of Arc Raiders. I fucking love Arc Raiders. It was my multiplayer game of last year. Literally game of the year in terms of multiplayer games for last year. I love this game. But there are different genre. I would say it's comparable. It is a different type of game. It is it is an extraction vibe and everything, for sure. I agree with you. But there's analog. But yeah, Hydrated, you nailed it. You said exactly what I was about to say. If you Google Arc Raiders right now, or let's just say YouTube. Let's go to Arc Raiders and see, what are people talking about with Arc Raiders? Are they talking about how amazing the game is? Some people are, sure. But a lot of people are talking about the very real reason. This is Shroud talking about the cheating. And there's like so many issues with wall hacks, with the cheating, with all kinds of stuff, that a lot of people are souring on Arc Raiders right now. And I had a big talk about this last night. I'm going to put this up on YouTube as well. The biggest problem with Arc Raiders is they're not doing a good enough job dealing with the cheating. The cheating and the exploits. Even like, dude, even the fucking console issue where you can make a shotgun take up literally half the hallway. That fucking huge problem still exists for anyone playing via the Epic Games Store, because somehow they didn't fix that. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with that. But also, even during the holidays, and granted it was during the holidays, so I can understand a few days, but it was there. That was a problem for most players for 2 weeks. 2 weeks where you could make the shotgun the size of a hallway. That's insane. I'm sorry. So, like, I talked about this the other night. Arc Raiders has made at least $500 million. At least. I don't know the exact number. I only did an estimate. And because of, the way I calculated it out, I'll be putting in my video. But truth be told, we don't know exactly how much it made. But, it estimated $500 million. Embark Studios can afford to hire a fucking team to deal with the cheating problem. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why the fuck they're skimping out on this. Embark may have bitten off more than they can chew. Well, they just need to hire more people. That's the thing. And here's the other problem, Hydrated. Here's the other problem. I don't know if you ever played their other game, The Finals. The Finals was a really good game. It's a really unique game. Very similar in many ways in terms of the theming and in terms of the way that it's a really cool game and the fact that, a lot of people played it. It's still very highly rated and everything like that. The Finals has a major problem. The problems in the Finals that were there when I played it in beta are there to this day. I've played probably around 100 hours of the Finals. The game itself is very, very good. It's a very interesting game. You can see Embark's like DNA in it. the fact that it has really good destructibility, the fact that it has a really strong, interesting, unique theme, the fact that it feels fun to play, the movement is really good. There's a lot of great ingredients to the finals. But the problems with cheating and wall hacks and stuff that were at the beginning of the finals are there today. They still haven't fucking fixed the game. And the game is good enough that it still has an 80% on Steam. But obviously, the population who played the finals, like me, that enjoyed the game but didn't want to deal with the bullshit anymore, stopped playing the game. I don't want to see that happen to Arc Raiders, but it's already happened to their previous game, which just had its lifespan. Technically still alive, but, you know, it's not even remotely nearly highly played now than it was before. And I don't want to see Arc Raiders go down the same road. I really don't want to see that. And I'm worried it will. But that's why I'm being so honest about Arc Raiders. And, you know, people may even call me a hater for it, but then they haven't seen the hours I played Arc Raiders. I fucking love Arc Raiders. I just want them to fucking fix Arc Raiders and make sure it is alive for a very long time. I don't want it to die in 2 months. I don't want it to die in a year. I want to see Arc Raiders survive for another 5 years. That'd be great. I really like Arc Raiders. But if they don't get a handle on their cheating problem, people will leave the game. I will leave. I haven't played Arc Raiders in 2 weeks. Why? Do I love it less? No. I keep getting fucking shot through the walls. I go into Stella Montes, and people are on the fucking ceiling shooting me through the fucking ceiling. You go to fucking any major streamer, if they're on Stella Montes, they go into the fucking ceiling. Literal exploit. Literal fucking exploit. If they're all actually correct and the gameplay is like something mind-blowing, I'll only be happy. I'll be super fucking happy if that's the case. And if it is, I'll be the first one to start making videos talking about, like, waxing poetic about how much I love it, because I just want more cakes to eat. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle, where the game will be very interesting. It'll have the nuances that we see in the Highguard trailer that differentiate it from Overwatch and all of those other games. And as a result of that, we'll at least be very interested in it to learn the game, play the game, see the progression. Is it, like, does it have MOBA mechanics? Like, what kind of stuff? Like, there's a lot of rumors out there. If it has all those things that differentiate it from, you know, fucking Overwatch 2 or whatever, that will be a really good sign. And the game will live longer for it. And if it gets to that point, we will see in a month. If it's able to handle 1 month, then we can be rest assured that it'll be a success. I don't think we'll know until 1 month passes, Buddy Roy. I think that's... It could be very clear tomorrow, but I think it's very unlikely we'll have a clear answer tomorrow. I think it's very, very unlikely we'll have a clear answer. Lots of players first week and then drop off like crazy. It's possible. You might be right, King Leaf. I don't think so. I honestly don't think it'll have a massive drop-off, at least at first. I see enough meat here that I could see it actually being good on a longer-term basis. Will it be like Arc Raiders? I don't think so, because Arc Raiders, I think, is a, you know, once-in-a-generation kind of deal. Is that fucking good, except for the cheating. But, like, does it have a chance? I think it has a chance. I think it definitely has a chance. Okay. Let me go back. Diddle says free-to-play game that comes out this month. People who are complaining about it are just jerking themselves off. I mean, I think there's plenty to complain about. I just think you have to be honest about Dids. And I think there is a dearth of honest reactions. And that's one reason I made that video. Because I talked about everyone shitting on it or lying. Everyone sucking its dick or also lying. So, like, that's the thing. I think if you're either shitting on it or sucking its dick, and you're a content creator, you're doing it for content reasons, which shows bias, which is not a good thing. That's why I'm trying to be as complete and as nuanced as possible. Gameplay trailer rarely tells you how an actual game plays. I think sometimes it does, but I think, like, I showed why, Flipsy, this game trailer was not a good trailer. Because, like, I think this gameplay trailer is not showing even remotely anything good in the game. Like, there's things in the game that are interesting that they show like 2 seconds of, and then there's dog shit in the game, like the generic character design for, you know, Tanner Highguard over here, and they show him like literally half the fucking trailer. You're like, dude, who designed this trailer? Why would you make this fucking trailer about Tanner Highguard? Mr. Highguard doing 6'7" all the time. I don't understand. The trailer was an absolute travesty compared to how I think the game will be. I think if the trailer is a 2 out of 10, which I give it a 2 out of 10, I think the gameplay will be close to, I don't know, 7.5, 8 out of 10. I would say. Will it be? I don't know, but that's my guess. I think the gameplay has enough meat in it because, like, dude, I fucking play the shit out of Apex, man. I can't imagine the makers of Apex Legends making a game as slow as Concord. There's no way. And you can see the movement in this game. The movement in this game is already pretty darn decent. Like, it's decently fast. The shooting in this game seems pretty good. It seems like you have grenades. It seems like you have, like, abilities. It seems like you have, like, you know, throwing weapons and stuff. It seems like there's a lot of different things you can do as a character, even without power-ups. That's a very good sign, and that is something that absolutely differentiates it from every other hero shooter on the market. I want that to be the case. Will it be the case? I don't know. We're going to find out in like 7 hours, 6 hours. But I hope that's the case. Characters look atrocious? No. And I'll tell you why, Flipsy. This character looks atrocious. The other characters that they show look really fucking cool. There's a lady that comes up to you, and she's like the hentai warlock, is what I call her. She comes up to you, she has tentacles all around, she's hot as fuck. She doesn't look generic at all. She comes up to you and like pulls your heart out, and then like sucks your dick. This character looks awesome. They should have shown this character for half the trailer. Like every other character design in the game looks way better. Way better than Tanner Highguard, the fucking Zoomer. It's so crazy. I think, like, that's why I'm saying the trailer was bad. And I think it was way worse than the game actually will be. She's Highguard SVU? Special Victims Unit? Wait, what? Wait, why SVU? I don't understand. Like, there's a character in here, which is basically like McCree, but with a becoming a werewolf. I think he was at the end, actually. He looks like McCree turning into werewolf. This guy shoots like McCree, and then he turns into a fucking werewolf. Like, if you play League of Legends, it basically seems like a Warwick ult. So he's shooting, and the shooting is like McCree, which is pretty cool. Character design, he kind of looks like a weird, like, shaman guy. He has, like, this fucking, like, beast helmet and stuff. This is fucking cool. I like this. This is way better than Tanner Highguard. This is good character design. I like it. I think it's at least not generic, is what I'm saying. Wait, when did he turn into a werewolf? Wait, where was it? Was it here? I think it might have been like closer. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. This is where he turns into a werewolf and just like, ah! That's cool. That's really fucking cool. They should have shown way more of this. And that's why I think the trailer is bad. But yeah. He-Man is generic barbarian coding. He-Man is a character you don't see in video games anymore, Flipsy. And why is that? No. Generic, sure, in the 90s. You don't even see that anymore, Flipsy. That's my point. It's not generic anymore. Generic nowadays is Zoomer. This shit, trying to hit the Zoomers, this shit is generic. This shit is super generic. You don't see He-Man characters anymore. Video game characters, the people making the video game characters don't make characters like He-Man anymore. Oh, it's too masculine. That shit is annoying as hell. Even the modern He-Man is skinny. Yeah, no, dude, that's a great call, Plasma. Bro, oh my god, we just had this. He-Man movie. The He-Man movie trailer just came out. And even the trailer in the He-Man movie, he looks like a fucking pipsqueak. This is He-Man. Look at how they massacred my boy. This is no, like, you know who was He-Man before him? Dolph fucking Lundgren. Is it Chase? No. Dude, Chase, House MD, I grew up on House MD. House MD, Chase was like 35 years old in 2008. He would be like 60 now. There's no way. He looks similar. Yeah, he could be like, you know, Chase's son. But like, he's definitely not Chase himself. There's no shot. There's no shot. Should be Jack Reacher. Oh, dude, I know who you mean. Hold on. Actor for Jack Reacher show. The Jack Reacher show is actually really fucking good. Alan Richson. Dude. Fucking so true. This should have been He-Man. I want to hear everyone's thoughts on Highguard. What do you guys... I've talked about Highguard for like the last 2 hours. What do you guys think about Highguard? Genuinely. And like, for sure, leave a comment and everything in the video, and I'll, you know, I respond to every comment. But I also want to hear what you guys think. It looks like a blast? Sure, but why? Like, what do you think looks good? I agree with you. I think it looks way better than the trailer. But like, the problem is you have to like scrounge for what you think the game's actually going to be like, considering the trailer looks like dog. The speed? Yeah, the speed looks pretty good. The speed does look pretty good. I thought it was insanely bad placement in the game. Awards, Divinity should have finished the show. I think you're right. And Big John, when you watch the video that I linked for Highguard, you will find out something very weird. I'll just spoil it for you. I don't mind. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I'm not going to talk about it here because I talked about it in the video. I'll talk about it all the time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I would prefer you guys watch the video, but I want you to watch the video on your own onus, as opposed to, like, forcing people to do it with clickbait. I don't clickbait enough, probably. I'm not good at clickbaiting. But the funny part is, Big John, guess what? That last slot of the Game Awards, that Highguard trailer happened, Highguard didn't pay for it. He did that on his own. Jeff Keighley saw the game and was like, this is good enough to do for free. He gave them the slot. And the rumor is that the slot was going to, I think, either GTA 6 or Elder Scrolls 6 or something big. And the trailer for whatever game it was not ready. And so they had a slot free. And basically, Jeff Keighley had the choice to either move something, you know, like, you know, Star Wars or whatever, which dude, can you imagine if Star Wars had ended the show? That would have been crazy. But, you know, something like that. Either move that to the last slot, or he gave, and which he chose, he gave the slot to Highguard completely for fucking free. I'm worried, by the way, that this shield thing is just a glorified, like, Overwatch, you know, drag the point. I really hope that's not the case. I really, really hope it's not the case. Willing to bet it is a glorified push the point. I really, really hope you're wrong. Like, oh God. Should I be more worried about this? Maybe I should be more worried about that aspect. I think if this game wants to be the next Arc Raiders, this thing with the Hawk, you should be able to control the Hawk. I want this game to do something special like that. This is what I want. So let's talk about our wants. Let's talk about our wants. I heard that the achievements got leaked. I heard that they got leaked. We have not talked about this. And it's still alive. Dude, they haven't even taken this down. Holy. So there are different game modes. Good. Let's see. Pendragon. Interesting. So wait, is the sword Excalibur? Oh, Starfield? Oh, God. Yeah, Starfield was a huge disappointment. And thank you, my friend. Kruki, I appreciate that. If you enjoy the beard, drop a follow. Welcome to Corey Crew. Plant the shield breaker to start the raid. Oh. So the sword is probably the shield breaker. Kingleaf, I think you were right. I don't think you actually use the sword. We're learning things from this already. Support Warden. So there are different classes like Marvel Rivals. recon, support, assault, and maybe more. Destruction as well. So I guess destruction is DPS. Recon is anything that has like vision or whatever. Support is like maybe heals and shields and stuff. And assault might be more the tank guy. I'm not sure. There is revives. Soul orbs. I think those are the red things that people drop. Sabotage generators. Okay. So I think that's some kind of like objective. Get the MacGuffin. Yeah. Yeah, hey, we're learning more, Flipsy. We're learning more. Eliminate the mount. So those are the dogs that you run on. The horses and stuff. Wipe the enemy team during overtime. So there is like a tiebreaker. And it is like an objective based on time, at least for a mode. Very interesting. So looks like it is not a singular gun for a character. Because it has this for LMG. But it's basically implying that you can use the LMG on any character. So that might be more akin to Valorant, where any character can equip any gun. Which is good. I don't like being locked out of guns. That's true, man. Absolutely. With your axe. Interesting. So does every character have the throwing axe? This might be the case. Chest. Wait, what? So there's loot in the match. Is this why people were saying MOBA? This is pretty cool. So that means you can equip different loadouts and stuff and different weapons while you're playing the game. You will find them on the map. This is a good thing. I didn't see anything like that in this game. Is it Smite? I mean, that does give me a little bit more of a MOBA Smite feel. So the sword is the shield breaker, I'm pretty sure, at this point. I'm doing good, Pediatric, my friend. How you doing, buddy? Do you see any loot boxes, guys, on the map? Oh, these. Guys, I think we found it. I think this is where you might get whatever item they're talking about. The Smite. Well, Smite's surroundings. I'll just say I played some Smite, Flipsy. The surroundings for Smite are boring as fuck. I think the surroundings for this game look way better, like way better than Smite. So at least I hope so. You know, I love that for that to be the truth. Legendary items. So you can get different tiers of items. Smite 2 was a big fail. You know, it's funny, Dax. I made a video about Smite 2. Got a lot of hate in that video. I talked about why it was going to be a fail. And it was screwed from the minute that it happened because Smite 1 to Smite 2, they made you rebuy all the skins. It was a fucking cash grab. Anything that starts out as a cash grab is going to be dog shit. And I didn't want to be right, but I was sadly right. Look like Unreal Engine ruins of ancient IRL cultures? You mean thematic-wise? We'll look at the trailer again. Let's look at the trailer and see the backgrounds. Everyone, pay attention to the backgrounds and only the backgrounds. Let's see. Let's see. So this is a bit more of a steampunky vibe. This is a bit more of like plains and ruins. Bit more of an Albion vibe, perhaps. Castles. I'm going to look at it with this lens. We've looked at this trailer many times, but this is the only footage we have, guys. I'm sorry. This is the only footage we have. I'm going to see if I can see, like you know, if what you're saying is true, and it might be true, Flipsy, there should be a place that is, like, Aztec-y. There should be a place that is Egypt-y. You know, things like that. Looks more sick than Fable. Honestly, I think you're underrating Fable personally, but I'll make my video and I'll try to convince you, Woot. How about that? I'll make my Fable vid and try to convince you. This doesn't look like anything to me. I think this area looked the worst out of all of the video areas in the game that we've seen in this trailer. This looked like a volcano. I like this place because it looked like an active volcano. and there's like, candles in the background and stuff. It had like a really cool like crypt vibe. Yeah, this looks like a bit more Norsey. Yeah, more Norse. I think this is like very Norse. It looked like something like a dungeon in Skyrim. This is cool. I never really looked at the statue in the background. Interesting. What would this be an analog to? Maybe like China? She kind of has like Asian features. Egypt. This is Egypt. Holy shit. You're right. Flipsy. This might be all a giant Buddha statue? Wait. Where? Did I miss a Buddha? No, there's no palm up. This is not Buddha. Tibet or Nepal. Yeah, more Tibet or Nepalese. Yeah, exactly. I can see Tibet or Nepalese. This looks like Egypt. This kind of looks like Vikings. This gives me Vikings feel. Not all Buddhists. I didn't know that. Okay, I don't know anything about Buddha generally, so yeah, okay, that's fair. It looks Norse. Thank you. That was the word I'm looking for. Very interesting. Okay, now what is this? This doesn't look like anything I know. This looks like a robot. No, Fable does not look like Dragon Age the Veilguard. Dude, Dragon Age the Veilguard is one of the worst games of all time. There's no way, bro. Are you talking clearly about the game? I am. Genuinely. I've been talking a lot about this game. Same Norse place could be the battlefield. You could be right, Mad Viking. Now, this looks like Old West. A little bit. This looks more castle-y. Duty Beard, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for following, my friend. How you doing? Welcome back. I know who you are. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I'm still in your stream every so often. We love you tons, buddy. How you doing, Duty Beard? Welcome back to the streams of Koi Crew. We love you tons, man. It is so good to see you again. How have you been, buddy? How have you been? British Mossy Castle. Yeah, I think this could be the inside. So it looks like every environment might have an inside and an outside. Because we saw the outside of the British castle. We saw it at the beginning of the trailer. So this might mean every single area in the game has an inside and outside. I think that's what happens. There's like a transition area. Juby, thank you for the follow. Welcome, legend. How you doing tonight? By the way, Juby, if you're here for Highguard, we have been covering the abs of piss out of the game right now. But we also made a video about it, talking about the predictions, and talking about what a lot of character creators are not, content creators are not willing to talk about. A fair and balanced nuance. Did they cook? I honestly think that the trailer for this game is dog shit, and I think the game is going to be way better than the trailer. I am very hopeful about the game. Now, am I clouding the brain, thinking the game is going to be the best? I'm not on that level. I don't think it's going to be like an Arc Raiders level success, but I also don't think it's Concord 2. I think it's going to be like a solid 8 out of 10 game with room to grow. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the bones of the game are good enough that if they continue adding good content to what we've got, which they'll have to do because it's a free game, they're not going to get day one money. So yeah, 0 extra promotional material. Exactly. Yeah. All we can do is look at this trailer. Yeah. And you know what's weird, Flipsy? They really should have released a different trailer. The trailer for this game does not do this game justice. We're, learning details about this game based upon, released achievements and shit. Not released, leaked achievements and stuff. That they really should have done a better job with. So, yeah. I think the trailer is not good. And, Duty, how have you been, buddy, since I last talked to you, my friend? I hope you're doing amazingly. See, this is the problem. I was hoping this was Excalibur. Because they make reference in the achievements to Pendragon. This would have been really, really, really cool. Oh, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad, buddy. This might be the outside to the same place. Because this feels mossy. This feels very castle-y. So I think you go in and then it swaps to like a different area. Yeah, dude, Flipsy, her lifting the sword with the He-Man pose made me think that it was an item you could use. Like, you could take the sword and just start hitting people with it like a power-up. Like, I was hoping that was the case. I don't think it is, because this guy, right now, he goes up to it, pulls out the exact same sword, and uses it to open a door. And that's it. Now, if you can use it as a weapon and then you open the door with it as well, that's great. And I think it's just an objective marker, which is a little bit disappointing because it looks like you can pick up other weapons. It's probably like the entire game pivots to the same screen when someone tilts a sword. It's a game map objective, but I don't know. You could be right. You could very well be right. Very interesting. Yeah, this is definitely a castle. This is like a medieval castle. Game Wildgate? I never played Wildgate. Tell me about Wildgate, Juby. I never played Wildgate. Honestly, I think I saw Wildgate and I was like, I don't think this game is going to be any good. So I didn't even bother trying it. Budget Blanca? Yeah. Dude, the Blanca character design is terrible. The budget Blanca, the ice Blanca, is like the second worst character that they showed in the trailer. Every other character except for Tanner Highguard looks better. Yeah, we have a lot of new Russian friends in here, Kiza. Hell yeah. I think this guy looks cool. I think this, like, you know, animal shaman turns into werewolf. He's kind of like Viking-esque. He looks cool. I like this guy. They should have shown more weird characters like this. Also, who's this lady? Who's the hawk lady? But yeah, those are the environments. So I think you're right. Every environment is a different mythology. Flipsy, you called. I think that was you calling that. That was a really, really good call. Okay, so destroy walls. Okay, so vehicle destruction is a very important thing. And that's it. But I think here is the one that a lot of people aren't saying. Buy items from a vendor in every match. Guys, where do you buy vendor items from? What game type? A MOBA. I think the rumors of it having MOBA vibes, I think it's true. Equip legendary items, buy rare items from the vendor in any match. That's MOBA talk right there, man. I'm a League player. That is some MOBA talk. Indeed, Juby. Indeed. People use mythology as references in most games. It could be just coincidence. Oh, no, I think it could be a proper vibe. Because remember, the very, very first trophy in this game is Pendragon. It doesn't get any more mythology-based than Pendragon. That is literally King Arthur. Literally fucking King Arthur right there, bro. Deadlock knockoff? No way, dude. This game looks very different than Deadlock. I think the MOBA vibes are in there. What I want to know is, what are these environments? What the fuck is this? In the He-Man section, I'm just going to call it the He-Man section, because he shows up, and there's another, like, storm. This guy. There's a different storm, and it's like an upside down volcano. It's like a portal with like fireballs coming through it and shit. Does every place have a different one? Is this an ability? Is this an environment thing? What is this? That's the question I have. I really want to know this. Obviously, we're all going to find out in about 6 hours, but we're just asking the questions because there's nothing else to do. I think that's fascinating. What do you guys think? Honestly, best character in the game. I'm gonna play the hot vampire lady, the hot hentai tentacle vampire lady first. She's my first character, by the way. Honestly, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to play Highguard, guys. I can't wait to play Highguard with all you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Even if it's bad, we're gonna have a lot of fun. If it's really good, we're gonna have a shit ton of fun. But even if it's bad, we will absolutely enjoy